Welcome Switch Fitters to another Switch Fit fitness video. You are here with your fitness coach for today, James, and we are already, can you believe it, halfway through our Fab Ab 5-day plan that we've been doing this week, guys. So hopefully if you're watching this video, we're on day 3. You've already done day 1 and day 2. If you've not, what are you doing? Get back there. Those videos ain't going nowhere. You want to get yourself on that. Because the goal of this week is to get you to work all areas of those abs. So we're looking at the lower abs, we're looking at the upper abs, we're looking at the obliques as well. So hopefully reward you as you're executing other parts of this website doing the nutrition. Now each day we're giving you some nutrition tips, right from breakfast, trying to make it more of a protein-based breakfast, not missing breakfast, okay, kind of tips that you might get across the rest of the site. So even making sure that in between your meals, you're getting something to see you on and you're not snacking on those kind of high sugar, high carbohydrate based snacks. You're thinking about complete foods, right down to something as simple as a handful of nuts, maybe a couple of boiled eggs or something like that. Okay guys, so with that in mind, you want to be getting down that body fat through good nutrition because we get those abs in the kitchen, but we want to have a little bit of reward for it as that fat comes down, and we want to see the results of our hard work. Each one of our workouts has progressed the exercises, and it's just 3 basic exercises. No different today, guys. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. All I expect is that you give me your very best. Okay guys, so these videos are absolutely perfect for doing before you go to work, maybe in a lunch break, or even whacking on the end of one of your other workouts, hopefully one with me, because it's only going to be about 15 minutes long. Okay, first of all, we're going to show you the different 3 exercises. You'll have 30 seconds recovery in between them. We'll be doing them for a minute, so give it your very best, and then we're going to go into 3 1-minute rounds on each, and we're going to do 3 sets of that in total. Okay, so the first exercise, remember on day 1, we were doing the air bike. We then went into the leg extension. Today we're going to go for a leg raise. A leg raise is legs straight, going from 1 inch off the ground up to 45 degrees. Okay? Make sure before you start this that you've got some water and a towel around you. You don't want to rush this. You want to make sure that you're getting some good form. It's very important when you're doing the leg raise that you don't rush it, because of course it can put huge pressure on the back. And if you do feel it on the back at all, guys, what I recommend you do is the following. So some people say, I can't do this exercise. Well, you might not be able to work down here, but what you might be able to do is put your feet up and just lower down to a point that you can there. So are you ready, guys? We've got 5 seconds to go. Get yourself in position. Make sure you've got your mats, or at least your bum supported, and let's go. Leg raises, up and down. So notice, I'm not going all the way up to 90. I want to keep the lower abs engaged. If you're throwing them all the way back here, guys, you're taking the pressure off the lower abs, and that's not what we want to do. So make sure you're taking that time and you're getting those legs up just to that angle. Not to that angle, not lifting the bum up. It's also important that you're not crossing your feet over, guys. I don't want to see any of you doing this because it's going to upset the balance of where the weight of your legs are. And we want that to be nice and even. So it is very important you keep those feet together. Bit controlled. Try and keep the lower back flat on the floor as you do it. Good stuff. Okay, we've got another 25 seconds of this. And we're going to move into the next exercise because we are going to be doing a minute of each. Now, we have worked those lower abs in some different ways. It's going to be exactly the same when we go to the next exercise. The next exercise, of course, we are going to be working those sides. So 10 seconds of these leg raises with confidence. Don't worry if you feel like, oh, these are unachievable. Just find a regression. Go up nice and high and lower down to the point you can, even if it's not the lowest or as low as what I'm demonstrating. And time. Give yourself a little bit of recovery. Good stuff. So I hope that you learned how to do that exercise properly there, and you took your time and you did go for good form, because form is so important when you're doing these videos with me, guys. Have a sip of water and let's start thinking about our next exercise. Okay, so yesterday we got you to do a little bit of a progression and you had a foot up while you were doing your Russian twist. Today we're going 1 step further. It's 2 feet. Are you ready? I know you can do this. Give it your very best. 3, 2, 1, start off high, lower down to where you're comfortable. Raise 1 foot, then the other foot, then start twisting. Now if you're finding that you're collapsing from that position, you're going back down, come back up and start again. Start up a little bit higher. Don't put too much pressure on yourself early on. So you might start off high and just focus on getting to a point where you can just lift your feet and try and get to a point where you can balance here. Once you've got that balance, that's where we're going to start getting a twist, okay guys? So both feet up. Again, you can cross your feet over when you do this one, because that's not going to upset the balance too much because we're already doing a twist. So you're not going to be putting too much pressure on one side or the other, okay? So let's try and get a real good twist. Again, if you're coming back to this and you've done this series of videos time and time again, you might want to progress it and put a medicine ball in the hands, or a kettlebell, or even a tin of soup or tin tomatoes or something like that, whatever it might be that you've got. Add a little bit of resistance, okay? So let's get that twist. Maybe outstretch your hands a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Remember, tomorrow we're going to be going into a different oblique exercise. You've got another 5 seconds. So let's go for it, guys. You ready? And time. Well done. Have a shake off have another sip of your water. Okay, so the final one, we are going to be looking at doing the crunch. Okay, we are going to be doing the crunch. And before, when we did the crunch, we did it from down here, and then we did a crunch from here. But this time, we're actually going to do it in a higher range of movement. We're going to do it in a half sit position. So we've got 10 seconds before we do this. To get into half sit position, you're just going to lower back until you've got your hands on the knees here. And you're just going to do a tiny little pulse like this. So get in position, 2, 1, and let's go. Now the reason we're working in a slightly higher position, we're not working all the way up because we don't want to take the pressure off the abs, and we don't want to put too much pressure on the hip flexors. We're not trying to strengthen those hip flexors too much, although you will be bringing them into play with your leg exercises. What we are trying to do is, of course, get those abs involved, okay? So it's just a tiny little pulse, little controlled move. Go for control, don't hurt your back. Make sure it's good form, guys, as always, okay? So let's go, little movements. And that'll take you up to 30 seconds. You've got 30 more seconds for me, and then you've got another 30 seconds recovery after that. Then we're going to be going into the full workout. Full workout, you do 3 of them back to back. Each one will give you a recovery from the last. Even though you're working the ab area, you will be working different areas of those abs, so it will give you a slight recovery. But you should get to the end of it and be like, do you know what, I've got nothing left, okay? So let's keep going, guys. I hope you're getting used to the exercise. I hope you're getting some good form, because form is key, isn't it? Yes, it is. If you've been watching the rest of these videos, if you know me, you've been watching my videos, which I'm sure you have, then you know, okay? And time, outstanding stuff. So you all know what you're doing now. You know how to do it in good form. You're educated. I want you to take your time and don't get despondent if you feel at any point that you can't do it. Try not to regress onto yesterday's workout or the day before. Just try and make sure that what you are doing today is your very best. And even if you fall out of it, it's not a problem, okay? Just do what you can do and keep trying it and try and find a way to do it safely and in good form. Okay, so you ready, guys? We're doing that leg raise in 3, 2, 1. Workout has started. Let's go. Okay, leg raise, coming up and down, under control. Remember, don't go to that range of movement if you feel like you can't. If you feel like your legs are going down, no problem at all, okay? Or if you feel it on the lower back, just start a bit higher. Start off high, lower down to where you don't feel it on the back, but you just feel it here on those lower abs, and then come back up high. That's absolutely fine. And take your time, especially as we're starting this off. We've got 3 rounds to take the pace up, guys. No problem at all, okay? So you want to make sure at first we've got that form, okay? Under control. You can even pause at the bottom just a little bit, just to make sure that you are in a nice, strong position. I don't see you going all over. I don't want to see you jerking. I don't want to see people really throwing themselves into it. I just want a nice bit of control, just working up to that 45 degrees, okay? You've got 10 seconds to go, guys, so make sure you give me your very best, because next up we're going to be going into that Russian twist, aren't we, with our feet up, okay? So you ready? In 3, 2, 1, and up, guys, okay? So remember, get yourself to a point where you can lean back, cross your feet over if you need to, and let's go into that twist, okay? So again, just make sure you get your balance first. If you're finding that every single time you go there, you're collapsing out of it, don't get despondent. Don't say, I can't. We are going to find a way. Just come up to a point where you can do. Don't go down so low. Don't be too ambitious early on. Just go to a point where you're happy. Lift those feet up, and then let's go from there. And even if you just do it for a few seconds and you feel, oh, I'm going, just come back up, have a little second, not too long, mind, and let's get ourselves back down there and go. So even if you're giving yourself those little breaks, okay, guys, in between, when you're about to collapse out of it, of course, not just because you're feeling a bit of a burn and feeling a bit of fatigue, but because you physically can't hold it anymore, that's no problem at all. So you've got your last 10 seconds of this coming up, guys, okay? So get yourself in position and let's go for it, okay? I want your very, very best before we go into that final exercise from that half sit position. 5 seconds to go, guys. Let's get that twist going. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Outstanding work, okay? Sit in that half sit, lower down so your hands are just over the knees, and a tiny little movement forwards and backwards, just like so. Just rubbing the tops of the knees, guys. Good. It needs to be controlled. Control is the word. Control is the word that we're looking for. Okay? So make sure you're in that halfway. I don't want to see you down here for this one. We've already done that this week. We're trying to progress. We're trying to get muscle confusion. We're trying to make it different every single time. You don't want to be too high either. If you're up here, then the pressure really isn't on the upper abs. It's going back down onto the hip flexors. So this is how we get the key, isn't it? This is how we know that we're there. We lower down till the hands are on the knees, just like so. And we get that little bit of a rub. We've got 15 seconds to go, guys. So what, 15 seconds are really going for it, okay, team? Because you're gonna get 30 seconds recovery at the end of this. So 10 seconds, make sure you got that control, keep the abs engaged. If you collapse out of it, no worries. Don't be hard on yourself. It just is where you is, and you will continue to improve as long as you're doing it. And time. Great work, guys, great work. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Woo! That is round one done. Round one done. You've only got 2 more to go. Only got 2 more to go. It's gonna take up no time at all. We're gonna have this done in the next 6-7 minutes, okay, guys? So get yourself that sip of water and brace yourself for the next bit. And try and use these little periods of time maybe to think about how are you going to eat for the rest of the day, or how have you eaten today? Try and reflect on it. Maybe keep a food diary. There are ways of keeping a food diary, of course, on the SwitchFit website, okay? So have a little look at using that. It is a tool for you to use. Let's go, guys. In position, leg raises. We've got that minute. Let's go. Legs all the way down, back up to that 45 degrees. Keep that control down, up to 45 degrees. Outstanding, guys. I want you to really give it your individual very best. Good. And again, don't get despondent if you feel like you're coming out of it. Any pangs on the back, guys, don't try and be brave and soldier on. We've already given you those variations, okay? Try and start from that higher position and lower yourself down to the point that you feel it in your abs, but not on the back. That is key. Okay, so let's keep going. You've only got 25 seconds to go, guys. It's second round now, so it should be at least 10% quicker than your first round, because you should be aware of everything you're doing, how to do it properly, what your limitations are, what are those lines that you can push. You know, this is where you are, and when you're training, you want to be working just above it. And that's what a coach can do, guys. That's what we're here for. We're here to try and get that little bit more from you, not just to steer the ship, but show the other way. Okay, good stuff, guys. Let's change. Let's go on to that Russian twist. Legs up, and let's start twisting. Good. Elbows in. Remember, if you collapse out of it, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Just try and get yourself back in the game as soon as you can. Well done, guys, okay? You're doing a really, really good job, and I want you to start upping it a little bit now, okay? Because we're easily coming up more than halfway of this video, this workout, okay, for day 3. And we've got day 4 to look forward to as well. And I want us to be strong for day 4, stronger, okay? So let's go, let's go. Get that twist and start getting a little bit aggressive with it, guys. Start pulling those angry but secretly happy faces that you are training, and get as much from it as possible. I want you to really, really dig deep. Good stuff, guys, okay? And after this, remember, we've got that little half-sit crunch, okay? So we want to make sure that we get to the end of this and think we couldn't have twisted anymore, so that we can go straight into that position. Remember, you start set up, and you lower yourself down to the hands roll. But you're not there yet, guys. Give me 5 more seconds of those twists. So nearly there. In 3, 2, 1, and up. Come up, and lower yourself down, and tiny little pulse. Good work. Now at the end of this 1 minute round, you've got 30 seconds recovery. So really, really, really important. You're giving this your very best, because you will get that recovery. You can have a sip of water then. You're gonna go, you can breathe out, because then you've got your final round. You're nearly done it, guys, okay? So persevere. Let's go, okay? So we've got another 35 seconds to go. Nice controlled movements. And if you found a way upping your speed, that's great. What I don't want you guys to do is to do things maybe to shove your feet underneath your couches at this point, because that's not really what we're focused on. If you've got to start from higher to do this, this is no problem at all. Remember, you're going to the point that you can hold, and then you're just doing a tiny little controlled pulse. That is the goal of this. So 15 seconds to go. Keep smiling. Well done, that's what we need. We need some positivity. We need some happy thoughts. We need some visualization. Let's think about what we're trying to achieve. Let's go for it. Let's hunt it down. We are in control of our own destinies and time. Well done. Okay, take a big breather and let's have a sip of water. And let's feel good about what we've been doing. Okay, guys. So we've got one more round, day 3 of our fabulous ab week. And I hope you've been enjoying it, guys. I hope it's been tough, but I hope you've been enjoying it. Remember, it's absolutely key that if you are expecting to see definition, make sure that you're making the choices in the kitchen and give yourself a realistic period of time to see those kind of results. You want to be doing these things most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, over about 6 weeks. Okay, so are we ready? Of course we're ready. Let's go. 1 minute. Leg raises. Come on, guys. Let's not get sloppy. Let's try and keep our standards up high. Let's go for this. Leg raises. And you might be thinking, wow, this is it now. I'm really feeling it. I can't do any more. Of course you can. You've come this far. So I expect you to finish, guys. When we can see that finish line, we don't turn around and start going backwards, do we? No, we put one foot in front of the other and we keep going, and we keep going towards what we're trying to achieve. So come on, let's do this. All the way up and all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. Come on, you're doing great, guys. Let's get that stretch before you come up and down. Good, I'm feeling it, and if I'm feeling it, you're feeling it. Anybody doing this, no matter what fitness level you are, what ability should be getting something from this workout, because you're giving your individual best. So come on, code green, 5th gear. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Because you've got 5 seconds and it's the next exercise. So 3, 2, 1, Let's go, guys. Feet up, Russian twist. Good stuff. And really attack this now. I want you to try and saw your body in half. I want you to imagine that your arms, you've got that saw, and you go, that's exactly what I want you to create. I want you to feel that burn. I want you to aim for it. Don't aim to avoid it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Smile when you get it. Come back in, and let's do it. Let's do it, okay? You got 40 seconds. Come on, big twist. Don't worry if you fall out of it. Don't worry if you've got to put your feet down. That's absolutely fine. But as soon as you can, you're like, no, head back in the game. I'm nearly there because I need to finish this and think I couldn't have done a single other Russian twist. So remember what we said before, guys. You are paddling the oars. You are making this happen. You are moving towards what you want to achieve. You are going for it, guys. Well done, you. And let's do it. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Get that twist. I want you to get a bit aggressive. That's it. Good stuff, guys. That was a good go. And let's keep going, elbows in. 5 seconds to go, 5 more seconds, and we're gonna go into that final exercise. 3, 2, 1, sit up, lower back, hands on. Let's get that half sit crunch. Good work. And when you go into that down part now, guys, you should really, really feel the abs. You are finishing off now. Knowing you're finishing off, you've got less than 50 seconds to go. So don't give up on me now. You wanna get to the end of this so you can give yourself that proper little self-hug, bit of self-gratification, because we need to do it. We have to feel good about what we're doing, guys. We have to remind ourselves that we are on a positive journey to go out there and get what we want to achieve. I don't want to be doing these videos thinking, oh, well, I need to do it. I want to do this because you want to do it, because you enjoy it. So let's go. Enjoy it, guys. Got 20 seconds. Give me a big smile. Give me a big smile because you think there's no way in 20 seconds that I can stop doing this and I can fail in a bad way. I'm just going to go for it. I've got 10 seconds. I've got this all day long. You might have come out of it for a second, but don't worry. Just come back in the game. Finish with me. Finish it, guys. Cross the finish line with me. Come on. Let's go. 3 more seconds. And time. You are awesome. You are awesome. You did it. You did it, guys. So well done, you. Absolutely brilliant effort. That was day 3. Day 3. You've done 3 days of this with me so far. I hope you've been enjoying it. And I hope it's helped give you that little bit of focus to focus on that nutrition side of things. It is so important, especially if your goals are weight loss or toning, as it's called, where you're trying to reduce that body fat down. So guys, stay focused, and I'm really looking forward to showing you what we're doing on day 4. I will see you there.